Alright guys, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. I look so crazy. And as you can see, my brows are already done. So we're gonna start with the eyes. So I'm gonna go ahead and with my Give Me Glow Cosmetics Staple Eyeshadow Palette. Yeah. This is gonna be a really everyday neutral look. So I'm first gonna take the shade WCW, which is right here, and then I'm gonna go in with the shade Ride or Die, which is right here. So these two, I'm gonna go ahead and use those as transition shades. WCW more to help the other shades blend out, and Ride or Die more as a transition. If you have never tried this palette, these mattes are on the drier side. I know they said they are revamping this palette. That's why it's still out of stock after all these months. But these just require a little bit more blending because they are so dry. Then I'm going to take this small ColourPop brush, the E9. I just bought this and I ordered 2 more because I kind of really like this. They're really inexpensive. I'm going to take this shade. We're going to go a little bit in with the shade Adorbs. That's Adorbs. And then once we use Adorbs, we're going to go a little bit in with Dark As My Soul. So these two here. I'm actually going to take a fluffier brush for the shade Adorbs. And then use the ColourPop one for Dark As My Soul. So we're going to blend Adorbs into the crease. And then from my Natasha Denona Joya palette, I'm going to dip into Peach Bronze, which is right at the end, right here. And pop this all over the lid. So now we're going to go ahead and prime. So I'm first going to go with my Too Faced Hangover Primer. If you see my February favorites, then you know how I feel about this primer. And as you guys can see, I'm still using it. So now we're going to dip into the foundation. So this is the Marc Jacobs Shameless Youthful Look 24-Hour Foundation Broad Spectrum Sunscreen SPF 25. And I have it in the shade Deep Y500. I did shade match myself on Sephora.com, and I've worn this foundation once. So I wore it once so that I can give you guys an update on how it held up. I had it on for about 12 hours. So yeah, I shade matched myself on Sephora.com, and this is a pretty good shade match for me. This is the one that's described as more of deep with golden yellow undertones, which is what I have. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this foundation, and I'm gonna take my Sorry But It's Dirty Morphe E54 buffing brush. Now I'm gonna go and give it a shake. This foundation does retail for $49. So, and it is like this little round thing. I feel like for $49 I thought it would be bigger. Like, how much? I think Huda Beauty is around the same price. I love this foundation. And this is 35 milliliters, The Huda Beauty is 0.5 milliliters, 1.18 fluid ounces, and this one is 32 milliliters, 1.08 ounces. So not that far off, but you are getting less product for around the same price. Like, more Jacobs, get it together. So I'm gonna take a little bit of this on my brush. Not much. I only am taking a little bit, and I'm gonna go ahead and blend this out. Now this is more of a, ooh, child. This is more of a medium coverage foundation, and honestly, I didn't think I would like that. And as you can see, it goes on pretty sheer. It goes on pretty sheer. So if you are more of a full coverage girl like I am, then I would say still check it out. As you can see over here, you see a little bit of darkness I have over here. I have it on both sides, as you guys already know. It covers it. It goes on really sheer, and it dries down like semi matte. But I love the finish. Like, look at that beautiful, very youthful finish. It kind of looks like skin. So that's one thing I can say. Now, I do have oily skin. Look at that finish. I love the finish of this foundation. Like, I love it. So I'm gonna add a little bit more for this side. You know, you're gonna have to build this up a little bit. Not much. This is not meant to be full coverage, so don't go in with like a ton of it and ended up caking up your face, because you're not gonna like that. But I love the finish, and it has like a slight radiance to it. So this is a great foundation if you're going out, like quick for dinner. Depending on how your skin is, I could see this being something that you could use and just throw this on with a powder and go. You don't have to do like the whole shebang of like concealer and all that other stuff. It does have coverage. Some of the Sephora reviews on this foundation made it seem like it had no coverage. It does have coverage. It's just not a full coverage concealer, but it covers up what it needs to. So I like this foundation, and I'm gonna give you guys in the end the detail on how it held up while I was at work and whatnot. And I'm just looking for some concealer. For concealer, I'm just gonna go in with my Tarte Shape Tape. I have not used this in forever because I've been like obsessed with my ColourPop concealer. So I haven't touched my Shape Tape. So my eyebrows are definitely sisters today and not twins. So I'm gonna go ahead and set my concealer with my Too Faced Ethereal Powder. So I'm gonna go ahead off camera. I'm gonna dust off my bake and add my current favorite lashes. These are the Cocoa lashes in the style Venus. Oh, they're so pretty. You guys will see in a second. So I'm gonna go ahead off camera, pop these babies on, come back. I'm gonna work on that little lash line and finish up the face. I'm also gonna contour off camera. I have a contour video that should be up already. Go check that out. I'm gonna link it. Alright guys, so I am back. My face is essentially done. I'm gonna go ahead and work on the lower lash line, and for that I'm gonna go back into my Natasha Denona palette. This girl and her singing. So I'm gonna take the shade Red Grape, which is right here. Mine's kind of hit hard pan, so I had to like scrape over the top. So yeah, be on the lookout. This palette should be back in stock soon if it is not already. And now for a highlight, I have so many different highlighters on my desk. I'm filming a lot of videos this week. So I don't even know what I want to use. I think I'm going to use my Huda Beauty 3D highlighter palette in Bronze Sands. I'm going to take the shade Bora Bora, which is right here. And I'm going to put that as my highlight today. And this shade I haven't even used yet. So I don't know what it... Oh, I'm dropping everything. So I don't even know what it looks like on the skin. Very subtle, but extremely pretty. I'm gonna use for lips Behind the Bleachers by Wet n Wild. I did a swatch video recently on the newest shades of the liquid lipsticks. This is one of them. I will link it right here so you guys can go ahead and check it out. Alright, Fambalam, this is pretty much the finished face, and I am loving everything. Literally everything about my makeup today, I am loving. Today's going to be a good makeup day, you guys. So now my final thoughts on this foundation. First things first, how did it hold up? It held up beautifully. Now, some of the reviews on the Sephora app was just, and I read some of these Sephora reviews. I don't read a lot of them because some of them, they just be, sis, y'all be exaggerating, but a lot of the reviews were just like, oh, you have oily skin, don't buy it, da da da. I saw a lot of that. So that's why I'm so late with picking it up, because I have very oily skin. So I was just like, I don't have time to be spending $50 on foundation for me to just sweat it off. You know what I mean? And I see it from both ends. So first things first, even with my oily skin, this foundation held up beautifully for 12 hours. Beautifully for 12 hours. And I did get a little shiny around the nose, but pretty much that was it. And literally I took a little bit of blotting powder, blot, and I kept it pushing and my face was good. I blotted one time that day. So if you have oily skin, yes, you can still try this foundation. The other side of that is your primer. Your foundation is only as good as your base. So I use a very good pore minimizing primer, which is my Hourglass Mineral Veil. This is amazing if you have oily skin. The oil control in this primer is amazing. It's a holy grail primer for me. I don't care if I go without every primer. I need my Mineral Veil because it really does help control the oil. And even with my Too Faced Hangover Primer, this is a more hydrating primer, but it does keep oil away. I've used this alone and my oil was very, very much less than what it is sometimes. Becca Evermatte Poreless Primer. I can do a video, guys. I can do a video, guys, for you. I can do a video for... What, Brittany? What? I can do a video for you guys if you would like on my favorite primers for oily skin. I did a video similar to this similar to that a long time ago when I did like the products I used to keep my skin matte longer during the summer. That was when I first started YouTube, so I look real jank in that video. But I can do that for you guys if you would like. If you want to see a video of my favorite primers for oily skin, go ahead and drop a comment and give this video a nice little thumbs up, and I will go ahead and definitely do that. I'll do that for you guys. But a great primer will also help with that. But this foundation lasted for me all day. Do I think it's worth the money? Absolutely. The shade range is beautiful, and I think, honestly, in my opinion, Fenty has a lot to do with that. Personally, ever since Rihanna came out with Fenty, now all of a sudden we're inclusive, and when I say we, I mean us deeper skin complected men and women, we are being included somewhat, and it really sad that it took 2018 or whatever Fenty Beauty came out, 2017, for that to happen. But the shade range on this foundation is beautiful. And let me not say, yeah, because even with my Marc Jacob Remarkable foundation, there were only like 3 deep shades, and I have the darkest shade. I have the second to darkest shade, my Remarkable foundation, and it's still a little, it pulls a little too light still. I love how flawless, do you guys see how flawless my skin looks? And this is not even a full coverage foundation. This is a medium to medium coverage foundation, but as you can see, it is buildable. My face is refreshed. My face is glowy. My face is not caked up. I like this a lot better than the Remarkable one, even though because the Remarkable foundation, my Marc Jacobs, is like, it's aimed at full coverage. That foundation is the capital of full coverage. But I like this finish. My face looks beautiful. Nobody can tell me nothing. And I really hope you guys can see on camera what I see and how beautiful this finish is on this foundation. So, and I love this lip color. Like, I love this lip. Like, I love this lip. Overall, this foundation is a 10 out of 10 for me. I have nothing bad to say. It has great longevity. It doesn't have much of a fragrance to it. I do wish we get a little bit more product in the container, but that's not bad. I don't mind going out and spending the $50 on it. Like I said, you get a little bit less product than the Huda. But other than that, it's a beautiful foundation. I am pleased, Marc Jacobs, you have snatched this woman. So I'm absolutely in love. The video on this hair is already up, also in the description box. Make sure you guys subscribe before you leave. I love you all to absolute pieces, and I will see you on the next one. Mwah.